Okay, we're here today to show you guys how to set up automatic email prospecting on CJMLS. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you are logged in and on the home page, which is where we are. You're going to go to Contacts, Contact Prospects. All right, you guys could see like all the different ones we have here. You're going to create new contact. All right. So let's say, Joe Schmo. All right. Now groups, I just call them prospects. You're going to put email, right? So let's say Joe at our company, joe@tvdhousing.com. Now you only need to input where you see something in red with an asterisk. So all these other things you don't really need to put there. I never do. You could put some notes if you want. You want to check auto prospecting. That's very important. And it's going to tell you when you want to do this and for how long. So me personally, I usually do it for a year. Frequency could be daily, weekly, monthly, as soon as possible. So that depends on your discussion with the buyer. And then every day or every other day you could set that. And you could also set what time of day you send it. So let's say I just decided 10:50 a.m. every day. They're going to get updates. Send auto prospecting email to agent. You don't want to do that. Send auto prospecting email to prospect. Yes, newly matched. So you could select anything that's a price change. You could select status changes. That would be something that goes into attorney review, or maybe it was under contract. It went back to attorney review. And then you also want to check off client portal. This gives the client an opportunity to kind of access the portal from their side, which is helpful. You could check this off if you were really neurotic and wanted to know, like, hey, is my buyer actually checking my emails? I never do that, and if you guys out there do it, no disrespect to you, that's fine, but I don't do it. But you could if you wanted to. And then this down here shows you what you can actually send them. So active coming soon, active but in attorney review. They might want to see closed at some point to compare sales. The other items, I'm not quite sure how much that would apply. I don't do that. So that's basically it. You just want to check everything. So I'm going to check really quick, right? I have his name. Status is active. Yep. They're a prospect. That's their email. That's going to send them all the listings. I am sending them an auto prospecting email. It's on. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to click save. Right, and then it'll tell me, like, select the type of search you want to set up for this prospect. So I might, since I love New Brunswick, I might do New Brunswick. Or if it's like, if it's something personable, I might just do Joe Schmo, right, like their name, so I know what type of search it is. Then you can click submit. Now, again, it depends on what the client wants to see. So maybe they want multifamily homes, maybe they want residential, or maybe they're really specific. They only want single family residential, or maybe they want a mobile home or condos, right? Whatever it is, that's the parameters you have to set up. So let's just say they want residential single family home, and they're not too specific. So the first thing you have to search is the county, right? And this is CJMLS, so those of you who are watching this, that is Middlesex County, right? So we're going to go find Middlesex County. It's up on the top there. Click OK. And then what areas do you want to search in? So let's say this person, I don't know, they were really interested in Edison. They were really interested in, Highland Park, South Brunswick. I'm just making that up, right? So basically also, if you notice here, every time I input something, it changes the amount of listings. So right now it's at 98, right? Well, so let's say you don't want to show them stuff that's in an attorney review. So you don't include that in what you send to them. Now it's only 73 that are active in those towns. And your client says, well, I'm looking, no more than 500,000, right? So maybe we'll add a little bit more. See if we can negotiate a little down, although in this market it's really difficult. So now it goes from 73 to 17 in 3 towns. Yikes. That's the state of the market right now. And then they also say, you know, we want 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms. So you could get as granular as you want here, guys. I do suggest trying to be a little vague, because if you get too detailed, you're going to send them like 1 new listing a month. So I usually stick to price, right, and then I click view results. And this will kind of show everything that's available, and that's going to get sent to them, right? So you can set these all to newly matched. That's what I like to do. This has all the different listings you guys see here. Yeah, so I just clicked update, and now it's a client portal invitation. So, you know, I would say to Joe, you know, Joe's personal search. Property information prepared exclusively for Joe Schmo. View listings provided by Pete Tverdov at Tverdov Housing. This is our information. Send now. Perfect. And so now it'll send those listings to them. So if you go back to the contacts page, just give it a minute to load here. But if you go back to the contacts page, it should have Joe Schmo listed as a contact. There he is, Joe Schmo. It says invitation sent, right? Now this column shows you portal activity, and it'll change. So you see a lot of these in red. A lot of these are expired prospects, by the way, guys, but it'll tell you the last time they logged in. And then orange is if they kind of logged in recently. And then green, one of these was green earlier today, I believe. Green is like, oh my God, they're like logging in right now. So that's really helpful to see. So the other thing I do is just make sure that the client is, you know, is getting the listing. So you want to make sure of that. And this number kind of shows the number of listings that were in the cart. And the other thing I try to do, this is again overkill. I do it just to cover my bases. All right, so let's do the same thing again. Areas, Middlesex. Just to speed this up here so I don't lose your attention. Let's just do Edison, right? 525,000 again. All right, view results. Okay, then I click on all of them, and then I'll click prospecting, add listings to prospect cart, and I'm gonna, where's Joe Schmo? There he is. Add it to his cart. See, it says it's already been added. Basically, I already sent that to them. So then I'll just add it to the existing prospect. And then again, I'll type in the search name, Joe Schmo, submit. So now this is like just another way I tried to make sure that the client is getting the listings. And then the last thing you could do is you go back to the contacts prospects page. And by the way, this is what works for me, guys. There might be another way to do it, but this is what's always worked for me. You go back to the contacts prospects page, you scroll down, and it'll show you the searches that are on, right, or off. So that tells me, okay, they're definitely getting when I'm sending them. So that's really it. That's kind of how to do it, guys. If you have any questions, you could feel free to probably reach out to me on Instagram at Pete Does Real Estate. I'll include it in the description of this video. You can also drop a comment in this video as well if you have questions, but I do respond a lot quicker on Instagram. And I hope this helped any realtor that's out there that's using CJMLS.